Thank you again for being here tonight. We talk about parent involvement. I think you're a reflection of why it's so important for this school right here, Bond. I want to recognize some of the best administrators in the state of Florida. Where's Principal Pam Hightower? Where is Pam? Where is she? She's here, right here. And her Regina Browning, Principal in Transition. Let's give them a big hand for their leadership. Thank you. Your school board member, Maggie Lewis Butler, who's been my trusted partner, doing a great job. First, I want to tell you it's an honor for me to be here tonight as your superintendent. I've currently been elected twice by you. I work for you every day. You're the reason why I'm here. The first time you elected me with 89% of the vote with 3 candidates. That's quite an honor. It's very humbling for me. I really appreciate that. Last time I ran unopposed, and again, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to serve the students here in Leon County. We talk a lot about our school system. One of the things that I'm very, very proud of, we've been an A-ranked district for 8 straight years. A-ranked in the state of Florida. We talk about being an A district. I'll tell you, there's several ingredients to being an A district. Number one, we have the best teachers in the state of Florida, right here in Bond. Some of the best. There's nothing more powerful in the classroom than having a great teacher. All these students that are here today, when those classroom doors close each and every day, the most powerful individual in your child's life is that classroom teacher. They're the ones that get to spend the quality time making sure that your child is successful. So I'm very proud of our teachers. When it comes to ranking school districts throughout the state, having an A-ranked district, it's very important that our students are prepared in reading, writing, math, science. We want to make sure that our students are ready. But what helps to connect that teacher to the student and to you is the parent involvement piece. We want you involved in your school. There's something in this school for each and every parent to be involved with. And not only in this school, but throughout our school district. We want you here on this campus. We want you here at all the meetings that occur. We want you to be able to email your teachers, call them on the telephone, leave a message, because believe it or not, they want to hear from you. And they don't want to just hear from you when something's going wrong. They want to hear from you when something's going right. So if your child comes home and is talking about a great experience they had in the classroom, they want to hear from you about that. And that's part of this parent involvement piece. We have great students in Leon County. Some of them are right here today. Let's give these students a big hand. And students, I want to thank you for making us an A district. Because if you're not in that classroom making these high test scores and high grades, high scores, we would not be an A district. So you're the main reason we're an A district with your great teachers, and I thank you for that. Thank you, students. You know, during the past, what a turnout we have here tonight. The administrative team, great job. Look at this turnout. This is one of the largest turnouts we've had. You know, recently, I've been your superintendent for over 6 years. I want to tell you that during these 6 years, we've had $65 million of budget cuts by this legislature. $65 million. And I want to tell you, thank you for one thing that you did, community. And this is an example of it right here tonight. In 2002, you passed a half-penny sales tax for education. And if you would not have passed that half-penny sales tax, we would not have been able to get through these difficult times, and we wouldn't be sitting in a brand new school today that we have right here. So thank you for your commitment. You know, as you move through Leon County and you walk through this facility, it makes you feel proud of what we have for our students here. This is one of the best elementary schools in the state of Florida, right here in Leon County. In 2012, I'm going to ask you to reinvest again, because we will be voting again on our half-penny sales tax, which can be used for funding construction and can be used for funding technology. So I'm going to ask you one more time to invest in the future of our school system and make sure that we pass that again so we can continue to have these type of facilities right here in Leon County. When we talk about 8 districts and we talk about what all we've accomplished, you can tell as a superintendent, I'm very proud of our school system. You know, even in all of these difficult budget cuts that we've had to go through, we've been strong. And we've gotten through it by all of us working together. During this time period, we have more volunteers than we've ever had before. We have a larger number of business partners than we've ever had before. We've got more parent involvement, as you can see tonight, than we've ever had before. Because in Leon County, we don't get discouraged when the times get tough. We've been through tough times, but we understand that there's not anything more important in our community than the investment that we make for our children. We're going to be there for our children. We're going to continue to invest to make sure that they have the opportunities that they need to be successful. As you've heard during these times, we've moved forward on several brand new initiatives. And I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of our initiatives that we move forward together on. One is we're reinventing the technology that we're using currently in our school systems. As you walk in the classrooms, you're going to see more technology than we had when we were in school. And the students today know more about technology than we. They use it in a different way than we use it. And we can actually, adults, we can learn from our students related to technology. We're also making our system cleaner when it comes to the green use of energy in our school system. We currently have 11 compressed natural gas buses. We're getting away from this addiction that we have to oil, to foreign fuel. We're using a domestic fuel source, compressed natural gas. Recently, our school board approved 44 more CNG buses. So we're going to have an entire bus fleet of compressed natural gas versus diesel buses. They're cleaner, they're healthier for our students, and they're safer. So this is a win-win not only for our students, but also for the environment. So we're very proud of that during these difficult times. We've also been recognized on several different occasions for our academic accomplishments. We've increased the number of A schools that we have in our community. We've increased the number of programs, even in difficult budget times, for children that have fallen behind. Recently, we opened what was called the Success Academy. And this is a new program in which children that are 2 or more grade levels behind have an opportunity to come to a brand new environment, a new school with new technology in order to catch up. We started with 100 students. Now we have 400, and we have over 50 that are currently on a waiting list trying to get in there. So even in these tough budget times, we're moving ahead with new programs for our school system. Now, as we move forward, we're going to have challenges. We know that. And what's important in the system is not only great students and some of the best teachers that we know we have in the state, but we've also got to have great administrators. And I mentioned Dr. Hightower and Ms. Browning. We're very fortunate here at not only Bond, but all of our schools in our community, because we have outstanding principals that are there, and they're the ones that have to lead the school. But I also want to recognize the role tonight when we talk about parent involvement and how what a big initiative this is all the way up to Washington, D.C., about how important it is for parents to be involved in their school. Every day when your child comes home, I challenge you, and I know you're doing it already, especially all that are here tonight, because this is a sign that you do this every day. I want to challenge you as your homework as a parent, and for me as a parent, is to talk to our children every day about what's going on in the classroom. Ask them what's going on in their academic life at school. Let's encourage them to be successful, because the children are going to take our place one day. These jobs do not belong to us. You know, a superintendent or whatever job that we carry forward, somebody's going to come take our place. And we hope that that somebody is one of our children. And we have to encourage them to be successful every day. And we have to be involved in their life every day. And if they give you some information that you feel like is something that we need to know as a school system, please connect back to us. Call your principal, call your teacher. You have school resource officers that are involved at your school, because this is the whole network of communication. And there's not anything more important than the way that we communicate with each other, and that we constantly let each other know what's not only going on in our school system, but what's going on in our community. Because one of our priorities on our school board, one of our main priorities that we have, is making sure that we have a safe, caring environment for all of our students. You know, when somebody comes on this campus and wants to check in every day and to be part of this environment, they must go through a Raptor system that's in the front office. And that's a system which we ask for a driver's license. And we run that driver's license. And the reason why we do that is because within 20 seconds, it lets us know if an individual is coming into our school is a registered sex offender. We want to know that, because we want to protect our children at all costs, and to make sure that the individuals that are around them have the highest of character, and they're the individuals that we want around our children. And this is a way that we actually are using technology in order to help to make sure that our children are safe. And we're going to continue to do that. Also, when we talk about success that children have, I'm going to talk just for a few minutes about academic improvement, what the research is telling us today. You know, when we have a teacher that is the individual that your child is assigned to, all of our teachers have a certain level of knowledge. We know that. They've all had their degrees that they've received, the coursework to prepare them to teach. But one of the most important ingredients that the students have in the learning process is how they feel about that individual teacher, how they care about that teacher. And if there's a connection there, just like a connection that you have with parent involvement, there's a higher level, there's a higher chance for success with your child based upon how they feel about that given teacher. Not just respect is important, but also the feelings that they have inside. And I believe that carries on into teaching our children reading, writing, math. I think if we teach our children to love to read, they're going to be better readers than just making them read. You know, just making a child read every day is not going to help that child to be a better reader. We've got to teach our children to love to read and give them books to read that they enjoy reading. And if they fall in love with reading and they want to read every day, I promise you they're going to score a higher level on a test because they want to be readers. Same thing with math, science, using technology. If they learn to love to do that, they're going to be much more successful. So as part of your parent involvement piece, part of your homework that I'm giving my students tonight, my parents, who I work for, is let's encourage our children to love to read. You know, if they love the reading every day, they'll be better at it. You know, used to be in education, we felt like if a child was struggling in math, we'd just make them do math all day long. And you know what we found out? That doesn't exactly make them enjoy math. You know, after a couple of hours of math, they're ready for something else. But if you teach them to love to do math or love and enjoy hands-on science activities, they'll have a much higher level of success. It's very, very important that we create that type of positive learning environment. Parents also on Parent Involvement Month, as we move forward with the connections that we have related to parent involvement, I encourage you to get to know that classroom teacher. You as a parent to make sure that you get to know that teacher in the classroom that's with your child every day. And remember that no matter what type of activities that you have, I've got a lot of friends and parents that are working 2 jobs. So you don't have a lot of time. But even if you don't have a lot of time, you can be involved as a parent. There's involvement for you. That's what we call quality time. Whatever time you have left, we want it. We want it right here at this school. And again, I thank all of you. I'm going to take I talked 10 minutes, but I'm going to take a few minutes for questions, and then I'm going to close because I know this is your chance to do. And we've got so many students that I'd love to have an opportunity to talk to some of them if we can. So in just a few minutes, I'm going to take questions from the group where you have the opportunity to ask questions. I also, have any of you ever heard of Facebook? Facebook, the kids have. Anybody heard of Facebook that's here? Okay. All right, several of you have. I want to encourage you that if you're on Facebook, join me on Facebook, because right now on Facebook, we're talking about what's going on right here tonight here at Bond and the success that we're having here at Bond tonight. So join us on Facebook too, if you're on Facebook, so you can get updates from me regarding what's going on in education in Leon County. Okay, I'm going to open up if any questions from the group that we have right here. I'm going to ask, now if you don't ask me a question, I get to ask you one. That's fair, right? Is that fair? Okay, right there. All right, question right here.
It's more of like you say you want to challenge the parents to ask the kids what's going on in the school. My name is Rakia Mathis. All the students know me as what? For majority of the parents that don't know, I know a lot of you are single parents and not able to come out to the school. I do random drop-ins at this school. I have 5 kids here, 3 of my own, 2 of my nephews that I just adopted. So when you hear your kids come home talking about the cupcake fair, they're talking about me. I don't go to my kids' class because I don't show favoritism. It is at random because I like to show the kids, even though I'm not your parent, I'm proud of what you're doing. I try to come twice every 9 weeks. I mean, some kids, I didn't get a cupcake today. I see you and all, but are you coming to my class? And I try to get every class and all the teachers. I get their permission at first to be able to pop in to surprise the kids. So when my kids come home and tell me, well, Mama, Miss Lunsford said I did real good today, or Miss Ford said I did this today, I say, okay, go to the school and pop up and give cupcakes. You know, and some kids show their gratitude by telling me, Cupcake Fairy, even though, you know, I wasn't doing my best today, but you still gave me a cupcake. I appreciate it. And that's the enjoyment that I get of being involved. Some of y'all parents see me out here like, did she go here or did she work here? But I just like to come out here and volunteer, not just my time, but to sit in the classroom. And I learn something new every day coming out here. And I just really enjoy this staff. And even though my kids been here 3 years. My 2 oldest ones graduate going to middle school next year, and I'm trying to fight to keep my kids here because I love the staff. We have an excellent principal and principal in transition. They also have a wonderful program for my sons to where Mr. McLemore is the teacher, and he has all boys, and I feel like they are more appreciative of education by being in the classroom with a gentleman and having all boys rather than co-ed and get distracted because, you know, when they get in that 4th and 5th grade stage, they have girlfriends. So by them being more around men, they have a Dress for Success on Wednesdays to where every Wednesday they come shirt, tie, slacks, and they go take field trips to FAMU to get acknowledgement and things like that. So we are here because we do care about our kids, and I just don't care about my kids, I care about every child that goes to Bond because even though I tell them I'm not your parent, imagine me walking in your class and I was your parent. How would you want your parent to see you acting in class? So thank you for your time and thank you for coming out to support Bond students because the Southside does have positive kids in the Southside.
Yay! Let's give her a big hand. And you do understand that even the superintendent likes cupcakes too, you know. So one day if you're ever on that side of town, you can come by and see me.
I do random schools. I do Pineview, I do Bond. I get permission first, but I just do random schools.
Congratulations. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, give her a big hand. We've got a question I'm going before I take this one. All the teachers, all the Bond teachers that are here tonight, I know we have a few here. Would you raise your hands? Raise your hand, teachers. Some of the best teachers in the state of Florida. Let's give them a big hand. Yes, thank you. Thank you for what you do every day. Thank you. Best teachers. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for asking a question. Good.
Hi, my name is Janita Wells. I have a cousin that goes to Appalachian Elementary, and I want to know from the district, what are the things that us as parents, everyday parents that work all day and do everyday things, what can we do to help the district in getting the half-cent sales tax passed?
Wow, great question. What can we do as a district to make sure that we continue to pass the half-penny sales tax? At each school, the first thing you can do is to contact your principal and let them know that you're willing to volunteer, you're willing to help, to do what you can do, and also to talk to the principal about what we will be doing as a school district in order to pass this initiative, because every school will benefit from the half-penny sales tax. So we need as many people as we can possibly get. Second, this time we're going to do some of this on a social media. So if you do have an access to a computer, either at home or either at the work site, you'll be able to access a list that will put you on for volunteer activities. So that will be coming too. The half-penny sales tax was a 10-year initiative. It can be used for building schools like we built this, but it's also used for technology, school buses, and for everything that we do currently here in the community. So we need each and every parent involved in the half-penny sales tax initiative, because we have some people at the legislature who are really committed, and we have others that don't really believe in coming up with a permanent revenue source for public education. And we know as a state, the most important investment that we can make is in our children. There's not a more important investment we can make, and we need everybody involved in this initiative. Great question, Appalachia, and we'll get you some information too. Thank you. Let's give her a hand for that question. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Adams, and I represent Woodville Elementary.
Woo!
Yeah. My question to you is, I know with all the budget cuts that we've all been facing, and some of us really like the elementary schools that our children are really attending, can we see about extending our elementary school from kindergarten to 5th to kindergarten to 8th grade?
Great question, talking about maybe a K-8 environment versus that. Kind of like what we do at Fort Brady. One of the things we've noticed at Woodville, why this is such an important question, is a lot of the students that go through K-5 end up not involved in our system in the middle school level. We're losing some of those children, not having them attend the middle school level. So we're actually working on a comprehensive plan, looking at which areas would benefit from a K-8, kind of like the model that we have at Fort Brady. And Woodville has been one of those that has been talked about as a consideration for that. So we will be looking into that, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to lose our students. You know, once they go K-5 and then have 6, 7, 8, they're no longer with us, and maybe they're going to a charter school or a different school, and that is an initiative with us that we are looking at. So it's another good question. Thank you very much. Great questions. I've got about 5 more minutes, 3 to 5 minutes for questions. All of my principals that are here tonight, if you're a principal of a Leon County school, I want you to stand up. I want Desmond Coles here, Pam Hightower. Look here in the back, everybody, look here. There's some of the best principals in the state of Florida right here. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Question. I'm going to come to you. Yay. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Hi, Christine Cobb. We have a daughter who's dual enrolled at Godby and TCC. We also have a second daughter at Springwood. My question is this. At the elementary level and at the middle school level, we have a lot of parent-school communication. We know what's going on. When those kids hit the high school level, we lose that parental communication. Guidance to parents doesn't seem to happen. We've addressed it at the school level. We're still not getting the information we need. Our child, our 17-year-old child is receiving information, and we all know it doesn't come home the way it goes in their ears. So what can we do as parents, and what will your office do to help increase the transparency between the high schools and the parents?
Another great question about high school as far as parent involvement. Well, first, what you touched on I think is real important, and I want to make sure everybody understands this, that we want our parents involved at high school. Now, sometimes the students themselves will try to discourage parents being involved, but it's just as important at the high school level, if not more, than it is at the elementary or middle school. What I would encourage parents to do is to make sure that you're directly communicating with the teachers with a copy of that email to the principal. And you can also, on any email that you want to, you can copy our divisional directors by going to our website, or you can copy the superintendent. But we want our parents involved at the high school level. Sometimes students might discourage you at the high school from coming out and being involved because they feel like they're adults. Well, they're not adults yet. And we need you at the high school level. We need you involved, and we need you part of the process. Another way I would encourage you to do is to make sure you're involved with the school advisory council. That's the governing body at the school. Your SAC has open meetings which any parent can attend. As you're part of the school advisory council, even if you're not elected, as an elected member, you can still attend the meetings and be involved. So if you're involved at the SAC, you can even bring this up as one of the goals for the school improvement plan, that we want to address increased parent involvement at the high school level, and we'd like to write some goals in the school improvement plan that would encourage that. So your school advisory council is the most powerful group at your school as far as rules and regulations and the governing body of that school. And to have them address goals related to this will help, I think, improve the overall communication and also make it more transparent. So I would encourage that by all parents. Great question. One over here. One more? Yes, ma'am. Go right in.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Johnson. I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. I am a parent of 2 children at Bond Elementary and hopefully next year 3. This is my children's first year going here, and I have to give a big up to Bond Elementary for the absolutely wonderful. And I also have to give a special thanks to Miss Oliver, Miss Black, Miss Snell, and Miss Jones. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful group. I couldn't make it.
Thank you. And there's not anything more important than hearing words from our parents. I'm going to give my last 3 minutes to my partner right here, Maggie Lewis Butler, because she has helped lead this district through some of the most tough physical times, $65 million worth of budget cuts, and she has been strong for the Southside along with Joy Bourne. So Maggie Lewis Butler.
Good evening. It is an honor to be here with you this evening, and it's a great honor to see so many parents out tonight. It's a good thing. When I saw that, talked to Ms. Foreman, she said we're going to have an activity tonight. And later on, I saw that the Superintendent Pons was going to meet here to talk to the parents. I said, this is great. A good thing that we take time to come to see about our children, our most precious resource. Our children, parents, when parents get involved like you are, with your children, they will be successful. I know they will, and they're doing great things here at Bond School. You know, it took us 35 years to get this building here. And we're going to get another building on the south side. But Superintendent Pons and parents like you, we can make it happen. You are doing an excellent job here at Bond School. The superintendent, when this school was built, when Superintendent Pons came in, he made very sure that Bond School got everything they need. Resources, more people to work here, to make very sure that our students got what they need. We made very sure of that. Because when students have their resources, then they will be successful. Now don't forget, students, the main thing I want all students to do, I want you to read, read, read. Now, students, I want all students to stand up. All students, stand up. Stand up, students. When you read, what do you do when you read? When you read, what do you do? Start with a C. You're supposed to do what? Comprehend. Very good. You can read all day. If you don't understand what you have read, you will not pass the test. You got to read and comprehend. Read and comprehend. The word comprehend means what? What does it mean, the word comprehend? Understand. Very good. You must understand what you have read. Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. You are so good. Give yourself an applause. Pat your hands. Okay, I am so proud of you, students. I'm so proud of the parents as well. And I thank Ms. Fuller and her committee for putting this together along with Dr. Hightower. Dr. Hightower and Mrs. Briney, that they're the leaders at this school, and they make very sure that our teachers, our staff, and everybody work as a team. When the principal, the assistant principal, the teachers, the staff, the children, and the parents all work together, we can get an A school. Right? That's what we can get. We can do it. We can do it. You all got to work together. Students, you must do your homework every night. If you miss a night, you're going to make a low grade. Students must do their homework every night in order to be successful. All right? Students, I love you. I want you to work very hard to be successful students. And parents, I thank you for coming out tonight to support your students, support your children, and support Pond Elementary School. Thank you.
Okay, as we close tonight, always try to end up on something very positive.
So, as we're finishing up tonight, real important, listen to me real quick. Last thing, students. If you believe in Bond Elementary School and the work these principals and teachers and students are doing, stand up and let's give them a big hand as we close. Everybody, stand up for Bond right here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We've got a great school. I'll be around if you have any questions. Thank you.